Bird fans, and welcome to another great coaches show that we have. We actually have with us today not just Coach Ben MacArthur, we have Coach Connor Schmidt. So we're glad to have both of them here because they're going to provide a lot of color for us and a great summary on the good, the bad, and what can be improved from this Packers weekend. Give us a great view of what's coming up. So coaches, let's get started. The good, the bad, and what can be improved this past weekend. Three games.
Listen, appreciate the shout out. Always fun to be here with you, Tom, talking about the coaches show and our season, how it's going. I want to give a quick shout out to the guys behind the scene, right? Zach Nagby and Edwin are always there running live stream for us, taking photos of our guys during the games. Like, we really appreciate the support we get from those guys. But back to so the good, the bad, and ugly, right? The good is we're 3-0, right? Like we set the schedule, and sometimes it's better to win ugly than lose, right? And so so at times the past 3 games, it hasn't been the best game in the world. We haven't put together a complete game yet, and so but we're 3-0, right? And so that's how we kind of talk to our guys about that, right? Like, it's okay to have an ugly game and win. Like that's part of soccer sometimes, is making sure you find a way to win. And good teams can do that, great teams can do that, and so that's what we're pushing, right? We're pushing to be a great team. And so sometimes you got to win ugly. And so that's the good. The bad, maybe Connor, I'll let you talk about the bad.
Not a lot of bad. Coaches probably touched on it last week. We have a lot of freshmen here, so just trying to get a little bit of chemistry, just trying to get a little bibble into it, just like smoothing out the team chemistry and get them all to act as one. But yeah, just a couple goals leaked in there, just a couple mistakes in the back. I guess that's the only bad thing that we can really
We'll
touch
definitely
on,
address that one.
But yeah, we talked about
game.
it, and those are mistakes that can be fixed. So it's good that they're happening early in the season, that we had a chance to fix it. So yeah.
All right. And then, do we want to talk about what can be improved now, or do we want to kick it off and start talking about Friday's game?
Let's just talk Friday's game, because that's a huge part of what we need to improve on.
I tell you what, that was like a rough stone, right? But luckily, we had some smooth water going by and turned it into a bibble. Because, man, that second half, what a second half. 5-3, Utah State, or you guys beat Utah State Eastern.
Yep.
Down 3-1 at half. Just let's talk about it. How did we get there? How did we end up 5-3? What do you guys want to talk about?
I think 25 minutes there in the first half, we played like the worst soccer we could have ever played. And so it was very good for our guys to feel that a little bit of pressure on us. We have a high ranking, we have a big crowd that game. First game of the season, and I think they felt a little bit of that pressure, and it got to us early in that game. So we gave up those 3 goals.
Really
quickly. I think they scored 2, we scored 1, and they were like just bad, silly mistakes, from our guys. And so, like Connor said, get those out of the system now. We did score ahead. He scored his first goal of the season, so that was nice to get him rolling. So 2-1, and then they score another awkward goal. So it's 3-1 at halftime, and you're thinking to yourself, "Here we go! Like, we got to do something." So it wasn't anything crazy, right? Like, as a coaching staff, we didn't want to have anything crazy. We just called them in at halftime, and I pretty much told them, "You want the good news or the bad news? The bad news is that was the worst 25 minutes of soccer I've seen in a long time. The good news is we're going to win this game 4-3." And they proved us wrong, and we won 5-3, right? And so, so I think just kind of giving them that confidence at halftime and saying, hey, guys, like, we can win this game. We got to be clean. We got to have some urgency in the attack, right? Let's go forward and make it fun, and we did that. The ball started buzzing around. We scored 4 really good goals there in the second half. Yusuke ends up with the game winner, and that's his first college goal for us. And he was a really big-time player for us last year, sitting behind – some CC legends, right? Like Louis Simon, is at Detroit Mercy right now, and Yusuke's now stepping into that role and just doing really well. So that was a big goal from Yusuke. So it was fun. That was fun, and to pull out the win and jumpstart our season.
Yeah, absolutely. I think probably my favorite goal, just because it really started off that momentum swing to Casper College. The Umekis just. What looked like I thought was just going to be a cross, but then from 40 yards out, whatever it was, just corner, nets it to the back, and it's just, I was not ready for that. It was amazing.
Sometimes you just got to put the ball in dangerous places, and it was a windy day that day, so the ball carried a little bit farther than he probably anticipated it to, but it worked out in our favor, so I guess you could call that home field advantage bounce. But yeah, at halftime we just told them, like we had to believe in ourselves, right? And I think that was a big part of our success last year. So it was like getting the players like, hey, listen, we're 3-1 down, and both me and Coach Ben fully believe we're going to win this game. Like, you guys can play good football and we can win this game. And so the captains rallied the boys, and it was a great reaction, starting with Linus and Umeki and then Yusuke.
Absolutely. I mean, I think the players definitely gained your confidence because, man, you could tell there it's like they are going to win this game and they believe it. They're going to do it.
Yeah, it was fun.
So
That's
absolutely amazing game to watch. 5-3 turnout. And then the next game turned out to be a little bit more of a grind. There was opportunities for both sides against CSI, first-year program. That seemed a little aggressive, some chippiness toward maybe at the end, but we won't get too much into that. But tell us a little bit about what you saw at that game.
I mean, CSI, they were a very big and physical team. Like you said, it was a very aggressive game. We got the scouting report that they were going to be aggressive and they were going to test our guys. So we just kind of told them, stick to the game plan. Don't get caught up in all the interplay stuff. Just stick to our game plan. Play tough soccer. And at the end of the day, we had to grind through it. And again, we got a good call late in the game. Court Gonzalez just holding off a big center back and gets fouled in the box. So he completely earned that foul and ended up taking the penalty. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it was a tough game. They're a very big and physical team. They had a couple transfers from a 4-year back to a junior college, and they're set up to be a good program. So they're going to be dangerous next couple years.
Right. Yeah. CSI normally has great programs, so it wouldn't surprise me that their soccer program would also be pretty tough.
Yeah, they're going to be good. If that's the foundation that they're going to start with, in the next year or two, watch out. CSI is going to be dangerous, for sure. We knew that, and we. It was a chippy game, and I felt like they, at times, were reckless, and so we just have to talk to our guys and say, listen, stay the course, stay level-headed. You stay level-headed, and you don't get too high, you don't get too low. That gives you an opportunity to win, and ultimately we were the better team, right? And so you saw throughout the game, we had better possession, better shot opportunities. It did take us to the end, to score the game winner with Court Gonzalez in the penalty. But ultimately, we were rewarded for the level-headedness, right? And so so that was good to see, right? We want those battles, right? That we want those early season battles to prepare us for Region 9, right? Region 9, we played back-to-back, and that's what it was last weekend. We played Utah State Eastern on Friday, turned on, play CSI on Saturday, and that's region play, right? Region plays Friday, Saturday, and so it was good for our guys to feel that, 180 minutes, got to be clean, get 2 results. So that was good.
And credit to your players that last 10-15 minutes. I mean, they were almost always in the box, 18 yards roughly, and just really putting pressure on that goalkeeper. And I think even thinking to myself, man, CSI has got to play a clean sheet right now, otherwise they're going to score. And in the 87th minute, that's when they finally made the mistake and you capitalized on it. Which I was also impressed by their goalkeeper. He almost did stop it. He read it perfectly, but just kind of awkward bounce over the top and bounce.
Yep. Take it what it is. Yeah, he did well. That goalie did really well.
Mm-hmm. He had some great saves, but you know what? I'll take the win.
Yeah, we'll take the win all day.
Take the win. So there's CSI on Saturday, and just yesterday coming off a big win against Gillette, 3-1. Let's talk a little bit more about that game.
Yeah, Gillette was fun yesterday. We go up and play Gillette, and they're in our region, so it's a non-region game against a region team. So we're going to play them again, in a month or so. But yesterday we were able to start 4 or 5 guys that hadn't started a game yet, mix it up. Kadan Boyce got the start in goal for us, and so he played 90 minutes, and had a good showing for us. And so, we were able to get some guys on the field and give them an opportunity to prove. And, Lena scores 8 minutes into the game. We had them, we were all over Gillette, but Gillette's much improved, So last year was their first year back as a program after being gone for a few years, and now this is their second year back, and they're much improved. And so they're a dangerous team. They got the big center forward. That's a handful. That's kind of a big, strong kid, that runs hard. And so, but we took care of business. And then Checo scores a second goal early in the first half, Francisco Pineda. And so that's his first college goal, and it was a really good finish, right? Really nice finish to see that. Parker O'Neill, was getting involved. And then at the end of the game, Sean West, right, center back from Colorado, got his first start yesterday. He scores on a set-piece header, and so that was awesome, right? Good for those guys to show us that we can trust them in big games.
I think that's pretty good. I'm not quite sure. So it was 3-1. How did they score?
It was late in the game. Through ball to past our back line, so we're running towards our goal, and just kind of a little mix-up, kind of a little scrum. He ended up getting a yard and getting a shot off, and just found a yard, quite frankly. So Coach said after the game, we played 89 minutes and 15 seconds of good soccer, right? We missed that 45 seconds there, and that 45 seconds led to a goal. So
Right.
it's a good lesson for our guys to say we still don't have a 90-minute game under our belt, right?
Mhm.
Like we played 89 minutes of good soccer, but that's not good enough. So
Right.
especially with Salt Lake coming on Saturday. So
Yeah, that's a great segue into that because Salt Lake Community College, I believe, is ranked number 4 currently in the nation. So
Mhm.
always tough, always a great program. What are we expecting against this team?
You know, Mark Davis has done a great job, right? He's been there, started the program. They've been in the national semifinals, I think, 4 years in a row now, right? So 4 years in a row now, you know, Salt Lake Community College has made it all the way to the national semifinals. They won it 3 or 4 years ago as well. And so, yeah, they're good. They're very good. And we understand that, you know, we're excited to put them on the schedule. We want to be tested, right? We want to be tested by the best teams in the nation. And Saturday gives us that opportunity. They're going to be organized. They're going to have talent everywhere. They're not going to have any holes in their you know, in their starting group or even their top 16, 17 guys. They're not going to have any holes in their group, you know. And so they will be tough, right? And so we'll see if we can come up with a game plan to allow us to be competitive and you know, ultimately, right, just give us an opportunity to play the best, right? And that's what we're looking for, right? We want to play the best on a consistent basis. And set us up for, you know, to go for a run in October.
Yeah, I think this will be, man, to be there for this game, number 10 versus number 4, this should be a fantastic game. Even if it ends in a draw, I imagine it's going to be something marvelous to watch.
We don't like draws.
I mean, I would say I like draws, but
we'll try to win it. We'll try to go win it,
I
but
like
it'll be fun. It's gonna be a lot
I
of
like
fun.
that mentality, especially seeing in our roster and how we've been the last few days or last couple games. We definitely have the opportunity to score and the ability to score with some of those amazing players. that we got. So that's on Saturday. Monday, turn around and play on Labor Day, which, you know, while you're out doing that, I'll go hunting. So
There you
sorry,
go.
Ben.
Nice.
You can go coach soccer. Don't worry, I'll be rooting for you against Truckee Meadows. I believe you played them for the first time last year.
Played them last year, yeah.
Here, and did pretty well.
Yeah, Truckee's a good team. You know, they have a nice school, beautiful area, and the coach there's done a good job. You know, they're always competitive in Region 18. You know, and so if we're going down to Salt Lake to play, you know, Salt Lake Community College, we picked up Truckee. You know, they're going to meet us in Salt Lake and play us on that neutral field. So that allows us to go. And so this is a trip for our guys to continue to bond, continue to spend a lot of time together. You know, they're on the bus for 7 hours. They're in hotels together. You know, so we're still trying to just build relationships and get to know these guys, and they're trying to get to know each other better. And this trip's going to allow us to do that.
All right. Well, I guess I'm going to ask you, Coach Connor, what do you think? If there's one thing that you're hoping for this weekend, what do you want the one thing for your players to do for you to be successful for the team?
I mean, I just want them to play with confidence. As long as we're playing with confidence, the boys are going to be playing high-level soccer, and quite frankly, that's what we brought them here to do. So it doesn't matter who our opponent is. We want to try and play our soccer. So we're not gonna shy away from that, even though it's a really tough opponent. So as long as we go into it with confidence and don't let the nerves get the best of us, then I think we're going to provide a good level of soccer. So we're excited for that.
Awesome. Anything else to add, Coach?
No, just try to put together a 90-minute game, right? We haven't done that yet, and so let's put together a 90-minute game this weekend and make it fun.
I love it. So 3-0 to start. 2 tough teams coming up, but we hope and we're rooting for you all. So thank you, T-Bird fans. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.